SpongeBob's Darkest episode 2. Subscribe to this guy. I'm gonna subscribe. Just like the video and let's go.
These are the 3 darkest SpongeBob episodes. Stick around till the end to uncover just how deep and unsettling this show can be. The episode Earworm starts with SpongeBob. He was grilling the last patties for the day while singing a song. This song was quite irritating, which Squidward makes clear to SpongeBob. After grilling the last patties, SpongeBob starts preparing to close the Krusty Krab, but he couldn't help but sing the song from earlier. He kept singing it over and over until Squidward came to shut him up again. Squidward tried listening to the radio to calm himself down, but the song that came on was the same one SpongeBob was singing. SpongeBob snatched Squidward's radio and sang along with it. In case you haven't guessed, this song will play a big role in this episode. Mr. Krabs told Squidward and SpongeBob they could leave for the day, but SpongeBob didn't hear him because he was distracted by the song. Eventually it ended, and he came back to his senses. He then flew out of the Krusty Krab, but that song was still stuck in his mind. As he was flying, he passed by a music shop and heard the song playing from inside. This is where SpongeBob's obsession starts to go too far. After he got home, he put on the record.
Bro, why is this scary to me? No, I'm not saying it's scary. I mean, why is this creeping me out? SpongeBob, bro, what's wrong with you? What mind did they make this episode?
Record and started waltzing around his house while singing along. Hours went by, but SpongeBob didn't notice. When he realized how late it got, he hurried to bed. But as he was dozing off, something strange started to happen. He started whistling the song, only he wasn't doing it. He tried to stop it, but he couldn't. It was at this moment that something got inside SpongeBob, an earworm. For those who don't know, an earworm is a catchy song or tune that runs continually through a person's mind. But in this case, SpongeBob...
Good thing I don't have that. Good thing. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have that. I don't have that.
Bob had an actual worm inside his ear. SpongeBob didn't fight his urges for long. He went back downstairs to listen to the song again. The next day, SpongeBob, as usual, went to the Krusty Krab.
Dang.
But he didn't look very well.
Bro, SpongeBob, my guy, you gonna need some sleep. Look at this guy. People could make a meme of this and say, "This is me when I'm tired," or "This is me when I hate school," cause that's relatable.
It was clear he hadn't slept. Mr. Krabs pointed out to SpongeBob that he was almost late that morning, but all SpongeBob could hear was the song coming out of Mr. Krabs' mouth. This song had completely taken over SpongeBob, but he tried to resist. SpongeBob eventually gave in and just sang the song over and over. This interfered with his work, which almost drove away Mr. Krabs' customers. Mr. Krabs warned SpongeBob that if he were to sing it again, he would send him home for the day. SpongeBob tried explaining how he couldn't control it, but Mr. Krabs didn't care. Once again, he tried to fight it, but he just couldn't. It was at this point that he started going crazy over it. In the next scene, the earworm had taken complete control over SpongeBob's mind. The once jolly Sponge was now gone. He started behaving erratically, as if he'd completely lost control, but he couldn't fight it this time. He then went on a rampage and broke out of the Krusty Krab while singing the song and laughing to himself. Just as he was going out, Sandy walked in and saw SpongeBob. She knew something was up.
Bro, this is dark. Why did they make this? This ain't no for no kids. Nah, bro. If I worked at Nickelodeon, I would quit. Nah, bro. No. You might have to skip Rose's part. Or this part.
He was admiring the tune he played and started humming it. Just as he was dozing off, the earworm forced its way inside Squidward, and then the episode ended. Compared to what's to come, this episode isn't very dark, but still, it features mature themes such as insanity. We watch as SpongeBob gradually loses his grip on his own mind, which was completely overtaken by the worm, and if his friends hadn't stepped in, who knows what could have happened. The next episode is Krabby Patty Creature Feature. This episode starts at the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob had just made 2 Krabby Patties, which Mr. Krabs delivered, but the customers didn't like the patties. Nothing was wrong with them, but they wanted to try something new. The whole restaurant agreed with them. They all wanted to try a new dish. Mr. Krabs promised everyone that he'd be back with something different.
Pizza! I hope it's pizza, bro. If they cook pizza, that would be the greatest. They should name it Pizzeria. Mr. Krabs Pizzeria. They should name it that.
He walked into the kitchen and took SpongeBob with him to his secret laboratory. Sandy was there. She was working on something new. She had just finished making a new artificial Krabby Patty. SpongeBob was immediately skeptical. He didn't feel right about it. But Mr. Krabs didn't care and asked Sandy to make him. This is where the episode starts to get disturbing. Sandy came out with a bunch of patties and each customer jumped in to get one. A few hours later, the customers had finished eating, but nothing was wrong. But this would all change with Mr. Krabs, who was the first to face the side effects of the patty. Just after he finished eating his new patty, he started changing. First, his body started to twitch, and then he started to grow sesame seeds on his back. Then he fully transformed into this.
No, bro. Ugh. Ugh. Like I'm drunk. Oh, bro. Nah, bro. We gotta skip this part. Where's where I can skip? Ah! You. Damn. Nah, bro. We probably up. I'm gonna skip the whole episode, bro. Dang.
Patty. This episode also starts at the Krusty Krab. A health inspector had just arrived at the Krusty Krab. Mr. Krabs managed to smell the health inspector from his office. He ran to the kitchen to inform SpongeBob. He told him that if the health inspector found even one thing out of place, he'd shut the Krusty Krab down. So they must provide the best possible service. And that's what they did. The health inspector requested one of everything. Although usually Mr. Krabs wouldn't want to give out free food, this was an exception, because the fate of the Krusty Krab was at stake. So they gave him everything on the menu until they only had one thing left, which was a plain Krabby Patty. SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs celebrated for a bit, because the Krusty Krab was close to passing. But they were interrupted by breaking news. The news reporter said that a phony health inspector was going around restaurants trying to get free food. This infuriated Mr. Krabs. He thought that the health inspector that came to the Krusty Krab was the fake one. So, to get back at him, SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs added a lot of nasty stuff to the Krabby Patty they had to give him.
They want to get their stuff shut down.
The Nasty Patty. SpongeBob delivered the patty, but before the health inspector could take a bite, a fly flew into his mouth and started suffocating him. SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs didn't see this because they were hiding beside the grill. But shortly after, they got up and saw him choking. They thought that this was because he ate the patty. Instead of helping him, they stood there and laughed. The health inspector got up to find some help, but he slipped and hit his head. Shortly after, another news broadcast came on. The news reporter said that the fake inspector was found, and this was him. This meant that the health inspector out there was the real one. Mr. Krabs started to get worried that the Krusty Krab was not going to pass now, but he was even more shocked to find out that the health inspector had died. Mr. Krabs manipulated SpongeBob into believing it was his fault. He then insisted they bury the body before anyone found it. And that's exactly what they did. Mr. Krabs led the way.
Nah, bro, I quit, bro. Nah, bro. This is too dark, bro. This is too dark for my liking. Man, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Post notification for every video. And looking, there's another big bag. Just a big bag. I seen like two big. I seen like 1, 2, 3, just 3 like big bags. So, okay, I gotta go to. This is too much, bro. This is like too much. Like, I mean, I don't even know why I did this. Honestly, I don't know why I did this because it was my idea, but I gotta go.